Hello and welcome to May 13th, where we're reading 1 Samuel 31 through 2 Samuel chapter 2. Now, these chapters cover the end of Saul and the beginning of David officially. Saul is killed in the battle with Philistia, leaving David to come through and claim what's left of the kingdom and try and stitch things back together so that it works out for him. Now, the succession is a little bit of a rocky road, but it does end up working out in Saul's favor, and not in Saul's favor. In Saul's favor, Saul is dead. It ends up working out in David's favor, and God enshrines the king that he actually wants. So in 1 Samuel 31, if you want a further breakdown of what's in each individual chapter, basically, chapter 31 of 1 Samuel is the summary statement that says Saul died. Saul and all his sons are killed by Philistia. Saul and everybody else around him end up being executed by the Philistines. Saul is mortally wounded, and he knows the Philistines are just going to come and torture him or kill him in a very painful way, and so he instead commits suicide. I don't know that I can say that on YouTube and stuff, but there you go. Whoops. Saul gets rid of himself, and his armor bearer gets rid of himself. Jonathan is killed. All of Saul's other sons are killed. Basically, the Philistines commit a purge on the line of Saul, which is really convenient because it opens up the line of David. There is no other kingship. There is no prior kingship David is taking over from. There is no other heir that could inherit the throne. David is the natural choice because he's a great leader in the midst of having all of their leaders removed. When you get into 2 Samuel chapter 1, which, by the way, 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel, they're just one book in the Hebrew. They're just one account, basically going right into each other. We call them 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel for sake of convenience because it's easier to reference 31 chapters of 1 Samuel and 24 chapters of 2 Samuel than it is like 60 chapters of both together, but whatever. When you get into chapter 1, David hears about Saul dying. David had made a point several times to not kill Saul because Saul was important. Saul was the Lord's anointed. And so when David hears of Saul dying, and when there's this guy who takes credit for Saul dying, David executes him. He glorifies Saul because even though Saul was bad, God used him for a specific purpose. He was God's king. And so he glorifies Saul, and he sings this song in remembrance of him. And once you get into chapter 2, basically David goes through a little bit of a wartime period trying to win the people to him. There is like a grandson of Saul who is, or maybe he is the son, but he's the son of Saul, let's say that. That's simpler. He kind of tries to take over, but he doesn't really. He kind of has the support of the military, but then he doesn't really. And so David ends up coming in and taking over, and he's the one who is basically in charge. We'll see a little bit more of that tomorrow, May 14th, as we read 2 Samuel 3 through 6, and then all the problems will settle.